Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. We're going to take a quick peek at Iotx and kind of see what's going on here. I got a request from my community members. Thank you so much for the recommendation. And if you're not part of my community, just know I have over 15 years of trading experience. My goal is to help you become a better trader. I have a trading community designed for that purpose, as well as the fact that I share all of my signals, which are basically the trades that I take, with my members. When it's all automated through a bot. It's kind of cool. It's a really cool function. Just one click follow, the whole 9 yards. So check that out in your own time. But bottom line here is with Iotx, it is retracing. I think you could see that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of solid consolidation retracement. Now, I hate to say I told you so, but this is one of those cases in point where I definitely warned you that the price will continue to decrease once it hits its peak, right? And it obviously hit that peak within about 48 hours because it has a history of doing that. It ramps all the way up and comes back down. Pretty much when I last covered this here, I pretty much just mentioned the fact that, its history, it will ramp up, it'll come down, retrace as low as it possibly can, and then eventually it'll spike up again. So, if you hold on, you'll probably get lucky eventually and it'll come back up again, right? But for now, I wouldn't consider, selling if you're kind of at a higher price point. Maybe consider dollar cost averaging just so you can average your price down. I do think it's inevitable for this to come up again. But again, the next time it comes up, one or two days tops, you'll get like some crazy increase and it'll fall off again. It repeats the same behavior. So taking a look at this one, let's just take a quick peek, right? So for example, this is effectively what had happened first when it increased, right? So look at that. The price went all the way down as low as the lowest Fibonacci retracement line. So 0.23, basically it retraced 75, almost 77% of the way that it originally started, right? So from its highest point to its lowest point after it increased, it retraced about 75%. That being said, if you look at this guy here, it could very well get there again. Let's actually take a look and see what that looks like here. So let's do the exact same Fibonacci retracement. And we'll go ahead and see what potential it has. So I would say worst case scenario or more realistic expectation is for the price to retrace all the way down here to about 8.6 cents. Okay, now, not to say it's going to do exactly what it did before, but history has a tendency of repeating itself with cryptocurrency and trading just in general, right? Now, keep this in mind. If you look back here, everything was all well and good. It was consolidating right here at about 7 cents, basically the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement line. However, if you look at this, September 7th, that was the El Salvador candle, right? It was a very difficult day for a lot of people. So it broke down to the lowest quadrant. So therefore, that basically just implies that Iotx could and should consolidate about 0.086, basically 8.6 cents. But there's a possibility it might start kind of consolidating maybe near the upper half of this based on the simple fact that it kind of went that low last time, right? Again, not full proof, not 100%, but my speculation is that we're going to see the price likely get no lower than here, but likely get no higher than here in the relative near future. So we're talking 8.6 upwards of 10.5 cents is the best case scenario for the relative near future. I would say the next 2 to 3 weeks minimum, we're going to see something like that. The likelihood of this increasing in the near future, I think, is very low, just based on A, its history, and B, the fact that it jumped up, get this, in basically 2 candlesticks, right? Two days, it went up 150%. And that is after it had already increased the first time as well, right? So, again, I think that that's pretty much the extent of the analysis here. That's what we just got to look at, because ultimately there's not much else to disseminate. We could look at, honestly, the smaller time frame and identify that we're probably reaching a state of exhaustion there. Look, we just hit an 8 on TD sequential. It's resetting. Therefore, it might be entering a consolidation phase right now. But as you can see, the price kind of hung around here at this support and just lost. So now it's a resistance. So keep in mind, 10.5 cents is a strong resistance level that it cannot break back above. And I'm willing to guess if we look at the RSI, right there, right at the 50, 50 is going to be working as a resistance level. So until we get the RSI over 50 and the price back up over 10.5 cents, this is considered a no buy zone, right? Now, again, there's going to be some people that like to buy the dip, and that's perfectly fine. Dollar cost average, if you already have a high position, feel free to add to that. It wouldn't hurt to do that now, because how much lower should it go, right? It shouldn't go tremendously lower, but it probably will. My speculation, we're going to see somewhere around 9 cents in the next couple weeks. And then it'll probably slowly start to increase and spike again somewhere down the road. That's just kind of the history of Iotx. That's how it works, and you just want to be prepared for that. Okay. So I can't really think of much else we need to look at here. Obviously, let me know if you have any other questions or concerns, comment below, or obviously my patrons that request this, you can message me back and kind of let me know if this makes sense or not. But I'm sorry, it's not great news, and it wouldn't be terrible if you dollar cost averaged, right? But just don't. I wouldn't recommend maybe selling at a loss right now, because I think there's a good chance it will spike up again eventually. But you keep this in mind, right? This was what, August 10th and November 3rd, right? That was almost 3 months, basically 2 months and 3 weeks, right? Before it spiked up again. Not to say it's going to last that long, but I would say best case scenario, year end or early next, we'll get that next spike, right? Okay, so we'll cover it when that happens, but thanks again for joining me here. Hope you find benefit. Obviously, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my Patreon community. Be happy to help you out and get to know you better there. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.